Assalamu alaikum student. This is your biology class and today we will discuss the second section of your first chapter homeostasis and the topic is excretion in plants and animals and I am your teacher Miss Hira. First we will discuss the definition of excretion. What do you mean by excretion? The elimination of wasteful metabolites, mainly of nitrogenous nature, is called excretion. Means removal of nitrogenous substances from the body is called excretion. Now, excretion in plants. Excretion in plants is not much occur as plant body do not need extra excretory system in its body and plants do not possess the need of excretion. Why? Because as you know that plants undergo the process of photosynthesis, respiration, movement of food, vascular cambium, vascular bundle, all the processes are growth, movement, all the processes are done by plant body in lower grade than the animals. So here, first reason is that plants mostly utilize their byproduct as carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, and glucose are the products and byproducts of respiration and photosynthesis. So, what where they need excretion? Somehow, water is the content which is taken up by the plant body in more quantity than needed and need to be removed out from the body. So we can say that excretion is plant is mainly done for water. Here in green plants, carbon dioxide released during respiration gets utilized during photosynthesis. Okay, and in the same way oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis and exit through stomata, root cell wall and other roots. Plants can get rid of excess water by transpiration and guttation. So now what is transpiration and what is guttation? First, transpiration. Transpiration is the process of water movement through a plant and its evaporation from aerial parts such as leaves, stems and flowers. We can say that loss of water from plant body after movement of water throughout the plant body is called transpiration. Or we can say that extra water in plant will remove out from the process of transpiration. Why? Because water is necessary for plant in each process but only in a small quantity, but roots absorb water in much quantity, so the extra water need to be removed out from the body by the process of transpiration. Now, how transpiration occur? Transpiration is the process through which water moves from downward from root to leaves, and in leaves small pores or small openings are present which are called stomata. Stomata open, then there is high concentration of water inside the leaf so that water can move out from the leaves through stomata. Stomata are the opening which are present in leaf area, and here water remove out from the body in the form of vapors. Now, guttation. What is guttation? Guttation is the another process for loss of water but there is a difference between transpiration and guttation. So first we will discuss what is guttation. Guttation is the loss of excess water in the form of liquid droplets. Means it is different from transpiration by the difference in the form of excretion of water. In transpiration, water remove out from the body in the form of vapors, and in guttation, water remove out from the body in the form of liquid droplets. Here, in guttation, liquid droplets of water remove out from the body from the margins of leaves and from stem margins when green stem are present. But in transpiration, water vapors remove out from the leaf portion, leaf opening only stomatas. From in transpiration, water is lost by in the form of vapors, and it is in the form of pure water vapors. But in guttation, water is usually contains salts and sugars in it. Transpiration is done by opening of stomata, which are present on leaves, and guttation is done by a modified pores, especially on leaf, which exudes water droplets, and the pores are called hydatodes. These pores are much more greater than stomata, and these pores are always present on margins of leaves. After that, the next section of this topic, that is excretion in animal. Excretion is animal is very different from plant and have very variety of excretory processes and excretory products. Here we will discuss it in detail. Excretion in animals. First we see that what are the excretory products. First of all, water, mainly carbon dioxide, salts, and nitrogenous waste and metabolites. Mainly ammonia, urea, uric acid, creatinine, trimethylamine oxide, hypoxanthine, xanthine, allantoin are the major nitrogenous wastes, and majorly ammonia, urea, and uric acid. These are the three major nitrogenous products which we will discuss here. Main excretory products are these: carbon dioxide, ammonia, urea, uric acid, guanine, creatinine. Now, the three products. How ammonia is formed and which type of organism will release ammonia. Ammonia is actually the small gaseous molecule and is highly soluble in water. It can diffuse very rapidly across the plasma membrane even when dissolved in water. Okay? It is highly toxic in its concentrated form, so it needs to be dissolved in water. So always all those organisms which are living in the aquatic environment like fishes, they have much more quantity of water in their surroundings so that they can intake much water and produce large amount of urine or nitrogenous waste in the form of diluted form. So all the aquatic animals pass out diluted ammonia. Okay. Now the second, the terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals have the surrounding which have enough amount of water which is needed for life, but do not have much quantity of water in their surrounding. They do not have enough water to store and excrete from the body, so they need particular amount of water as their body required. So they excrete nitrogenous waste in the form of urea. Urea is the nitrogenous waste which is less toxic and less soluble than ammonia, and it can store in the body for some time in the form of urine, and then go outside the body by the process of excretion. So after that, the third type of excretory product, that is uric acid. Uric acid is actually thick paste like substance. It do not contain water or feces or solid thing separately. It means that uric acid is the form of crystalline or form of thick paste excreted from the body of birds, some reptiles, insects, and snails or gastropods. So, why do they excrete uric acid? Because these organisms are most particular organism with aspect to the movement, their high energy, their high working, especially birds. So they do not have to store excretory material in their body. So when they feed, when they get their food, they digest it, and time to time they excrete it from the body in the form of uric acid. How uric acid is formed? Uric acid is formed by the absorption of little amount of water in urates in the form of, and making of crystal occurs. The crystallized form of urea is called uric acid, where less quantity of water is present and the most thick paste like or solid pellets like feces is present. So they do not excrete feces and urine separately. They excrete it in the form of paste, which is uric acid. Now, we have already discussed the topic, but in insects, a system involving Malpighian tubule, we will discuss it later, utilized to excrete metabolic waste and diffuse or actively transport into the tubule, which transport the waste into the intestine. This is the process we will discuss later, which help all the insects to pass uric acid in the form of thick paste. Now, the detailed topic: excretion in Hydra, Planaria, earthworm, and cockroach. First, excretion in Hydra. What is Hydra? Hydra is the lower grade cnidarian which has diploblastic organization, means have two layers, ectoderm and endoderm, which are pasted or stick together by a gel-like liquid which is called mesoglea. Here, these are the three terms. So, Hydra has cavity in it and tentacles over here. So, and it is present in water and attached from the base. So we can say that there is much more space in contact with external environment. So we can say that Hydra is the organism which always focus on the process of simple diffusion. Either it is any kind of gaseous exchange, either it is excretion or any kind of digestive activity. Here, a cnidarian does not have a specialized excretory structure. Being osmoconformer, it excretes its waste products by simply diffusing them into isotonic surrounding. So simple diffusion is the main theme for every process of Hydra, including excretion. Now, Excretion in planaria. Excretion in planaria consists of excretory system. First of all, we will discuss what is planaria. Planaria is a flat form which has flat body and much branched structure, as you see in the picture. These much branched structures are actually the excretory canals on the left and right side of the body. These excretory canals are much branched and have excretory pores in them. These are the excretory pores, and this tubular structure have many more excretory pores which are interconnected and present on the outer surface of the planaria. What is the excretory organ called? Excretory organ of planaria is called protonephridium. Proto means initial, rudimentary, starting. So we can say that excretory organ of planaria is protonephridium. Nephridium or nephridia is the term for excretory system. So we can say that here in planaria, rudimentary type of excretory system is present. As you see in the picture, there is a term which is called flame cell. Flame cell is the common name of protonephridia. Why protonephridia is called flame cell? Because it looked like, in microscope, the protonephridia look like the flickering flame of candle. That is why these cells are called flame cells commonly. Why the flame cells look like flickering flame? Because they have hair-like projections in them which are called cilia, and flickering of cilia make them look like flame cell. Now these flame cells move and gather the excretory material, and this excretory material then push out or excrete out from the excretory pore. Which type of excretory material is removed out from the protonephridia in planaria? So here we can say that all the fluid, water and liquid and solutes are absorbed and reabsorbed by animal, by planaria, and the rest of the excretory fluid which remain after the whole movement throughout the body will go out or pass out in the form of urine from the excretory pore. Flame cell function mainly in osmoregulation, and most metabolic waste are removed from the body surface or excreted in the gut, where they are removed through the mouth. So here we can say that this excretory system do not excrete the whole excretory product. So planaria has initial or rudimentary type of excretory system. That is why there is a need of digestive or gastric activity for the removal of undigested food. Here only urine will be passed out from the protonephridia. After that, the third, excretion in earth form. Earth form is the organism which comes from phylum Annelida, which have segmented worms, and the excretory organ of earth form is called metanephridium. Meta means middle or medium, means more complex or more advanced from the protonephridia but not complete. So metanephridium is the excretory organ, consists of four structures: nephrostome, capillary network, bladder, nephridiopore. How excretion in earth form occurs? Excretion in earth form resembles with excretion in vertebrates due to the processes which are called filtration, tubular process, and reabsorption of ions. These three processes we will discuss later in the topic. And what are the structures we will discuss here? Here in the picture, you can see that there are three segments of earthworm, and excretory system or metanephridia is the system which is present in each segment of earthworm. Here you can see that the mouth of the starting of the tubular section is called nephrostome, which absorb the extract or filtrate from the blood capillaries and then enter into a separate section or separate segment where whole system is present. From nephrostome, filtrate collected into the collecting tubule. Collecting tubule are thin fine tubules which further form a thick bladder sac-like section which is called bladder. From collecting tubule, waste product collected into the bladder for some time. Here reabsorption occur, and after that the excretory product will go out or remove out from the body by the pore, which is called nephridiopore. Okay. After that, the next topic, excretion in cockroach. As you see in the picture, we have already discussed cockroach is the insect included in phylum Arthropoda, and because it has jointed legs. We have already discussed its digestive system in previous classes, where we have discussed that it has alimentary canal or gut in three sections: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Here, this is the foregut. Here, this is the midgut, and this is the hindgut. In between the midgut and hindgut, a thin fiber thread-like structure which is called blind tubules or Malpighian tubules. Actually, these tubules are the only structure which is considered as excretory system or excretory organ of cockroach. These Malpighian tubules actually immersed in the open type circulatory system where hemolymph is present in the cockroach body. What is hemolymph? Hemolymph is the blood of cockroach because it do not have red blood cell and look like white paste. That is why it is called hemolymph. And it mixed with body cavity fluid. That is why hemolymph is present, from which Malpighian tubule absorb the excretory waste along with some useful substances present in the hemolymph. Useful substances are reabsorbed from Malpighian tubule to hemolymph, but excretory substances remain stored in the Malpighian tubule. From Malpighian tubule, they will transfer to the rectum. Why they will transfer to the rectum? Because cockroach do not have any kind of excretory system. Only excretory organ is present, which is considered to be the main organ to absorb excretory product. So here what will happen? Malpighian tubule collect and excrete out all the waste to the rectum, and in rectum from with feces it become thick paste of uric acid which excrete out from the body through anal opening. So here we can say that in cockroach, excretory product or excretory waste is uric acid. Here excretory organ is Malpighian tubules and excretory products water, inorganic salts, uric acid, and undigested food. Undigested food is also there. Insects are the only group of animals which eliminate their excretory waste with feces. But this statement is right when we are considering the invertebrates. Okay? Because we know that uric acid also remove out from the body of birds, gastropods, and reptiles. Okay, this is our topic of today. Thank you, class.